Okay, so we now have all the vocal takes, and we're going to do some comping. And comping is yet another pitfall that a lot of people, I'd say, what is the pitfall? The pitfall is that people will rush through it. They say, oh, that's good enough, blah, blah, blah. The better you comp, again, the better that vocal will be. And you say, okay, what am I really focusing on comping? I am not really focusing on tune or in tune that much because I can always fix that later. I'm not really worried about timing as much just yet because I can fix that later. What I am focusing on right now when I'm comping, again, what works for me, is I am looking for attitude. I'm looking for emotion. I'm looking for, ooh, can listen to the way he or she saying that line. That is what I want. I want each little section, so it's like each part is the best of, of the takes. And that could be a phrase, that could be a word, like sometimes a no or a that or whatever. And we'll see here as we do this. But that's what I'm listening for. So one of the great things about Logic is that we have this thing called quick swiping. But if you're in another DAW, don't worry about it. The same principles apply, that you want to get the best of those takes. All right, so let's look at this. First thing I'm going to do, as we look here on the screen, is we are going to duplicate everything. You're going, what? And the answer is yes, because I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have comped or done something and I printed it and then I wanted to go back and fix something and I didn't have it, or I accidentally deleted a region or a file. Oh my gosh, you don't want to even know the amount of times I've done that. So I've learned my lesson, and what I do before I do anything else is I just duplicate everything to just empty audio channels. And then what I will do here in Logic is mute all of those, mute the tracks, I'll even turn them all off, and then I will hide them. So Control H, and they're gone. Okay? So now we're left with really simple. We just have the acoustic print here, and then we have Joe singing the, as you can see from the markers, intro, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, etc. And then here's his harmony, and then here's Madeline's vocal on both of these. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're not going to comp everybody for this video. You got stuff to do too. But what we're going to do is we're going to comp at least. Let's start with, we'll go with Joe. Let's go there. All right, so let's get this playback going. And as you remember, this is all dry. So I guess if we're being cool, we could quickly give him a little bit of a vibe. So let's do that. We'll just send him to a bus. And, we've been talking about that EMT 140 plate, so let's do that. We'll go in here to the EMT 140, and that's good. And we'll just kind of take some of this off, do a little bit of this. Should be fine. Okay, so let's get started on this.
And baby doesn't think I know that I know she wants to leave me.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn that acoustic down. And let's turn his vocal back up a little bit. And what I like to do is we'll take it, he does some of those kind of oohs in the beginning, and I'm going to kind of put a pin in that for a second, but what we're going to do is just start with that opening first verse line.
And baby doesn't think I know.
And again, if I'm doing this fast, not fast, but effectively, what I will do is let's just find the best of that phrase. He's such a great singer. I'm really not going to have to go word by word with him, but it's not too crazy to say I can go phrase by phrase with this. So let's just find the best of...
The baby doesn't think I know.
Doesn't think that my baby doesn't think I know. So I mean, and they're all great. He's great. So now we're getting super picky, but we'll find the best one.
The baby doesn't think I know.
Like that one right there is clearly the best of at least those three. That's the one to beat. Okay, that fluorescent green.
The baby doesn't think I know. The baby doesn't think I know. The baby.
And that was the one where we were hitting it too hard, so you can see, and you can clearly see in the waveform. And that was my mistake. But again, I'm glad to show it. That was totally my mistake, and you can see we were clipping, and we were just coming in too hot. So we made the adjustments, and you move on. But you got to make the adjustments. And you say, hey, no one's perfect. Stay humble. Just say, look, I messed up. No worries. Move on and get on with it. Okay, so I think that this was the best one so far.
The baby doesn't think I know. The baby doesn't think I know.
And they're all good.
The baby doesn't think I know.
That one's really good too.
The baby doesn't think I know.
Especially that no. Let me listen to this one more time.
The baby doesn't think I know.
Man, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take the no from this.
The baby doesn't think I know.
I kind of dig that. Let's just try this. Just get the no.
The baby doesn't think I know.
That could be the winner. Let's sit with that for a second. That's a great thing, is you can always come back.
But I know she wants to leave me. But I know she wants to leave me. But I know she won't be.
Oh, fuck. Mistake.
But I know she wants to leave me.
Nice.
But I know she wants to leave me.
Also good. No, we're not going to use that one. I would say...
But I know she wants to leave me.
Yeah, that's pretty legit right there. And again, as I'm listening to this, I'm saying, which one really makes me believe him, right? That's what we're talking about, the difference between an artist and a singer. There are a lot of singers out there, sure. But the artists are the ones that make you believe what they're singing, or they're really creating a different kind of connection to you than just someone singing a song back to you. So,
But I know she wants to leave me.
cool. One thing to watch out for, as we're just hearing that happen, is breaths, and being cognizant of when you're comping. And again, I'm just speaking from my bad experiences, but experiences of my past, where I will have cut or comped or crossfaded in a weird spot on a breath. So you get like a small breath in one take going into a bigger breath from the other, and it sounds weird. It's like, and that's bad, obviously. So just something to watch out for.
But I know she wants to leave me.
All right, so let's take it from the top again.
The baby doesn't think I know. But I know she wants to leave me.
I think that's kind of, I think we might be able to beat is the but I know. So let me just check this, but I know.
But I know she wants.
Yeah, see, I kind of dig that, but I know. So let's drag in this, and we'll see if that crossfade will even work. I'm not sure.
But I know she wants to leave me.
Bet your ass. Way to go, Logic. All right, so again.
My baby doesn't think I know. But I know she wants to leave me.
Done. Again, always be saving. I love to save. Moving on.
All the songs on the radio say she's gonna leave you cold, and I hear them.
I'll tell you what, let's just stop it right there, because I see those as almost like two different phrases. And I'm sure some of you are already thinking, are you kidding me? We're going to get that? Oh yeah, we're getting in there. Because again, it's all of those little subtleties, and you add them all together, and that's what makes these takes that much better. I have heard rumors, and if not actual truths, but I won't even name names, of certain Swedish producers that will go in and they will cut even words in half, and they'll just do like syllable by syllable, which is like crazy. And sometimes if you have a singer that's not quite as good, you have to get that picky in there. But trust me, we are in the detail business, and let's get those details right. I mean, if we're getting that neurotic about getting our EQ curve just right, why not this? Come on.
All the songs on the radio say she's gonna leave you cold. All the songs on the radio say she's gonna leave you cold.
Sorry, let's readjust this screen here.
All the songs on the radio say she's gonna leave you cold. All the songs on the radio say she's gonna leave you cold. All the songs on the radio say. All the songs on the radio say.
Okay, so that's definitely the best of that. Let's check the second half of this.
All the songs on the radio say.
And there again, you can see, like, there's the breath. So let's make sure we get it just right.
All the songs on the radio say she's gonna leave you cold.
Let's check those. Gonna
Say she's gonna leave you cold.
Yeah, I like that between the two.
Say she's gonna leave.
Yeah.
Say she's gonna leave you cold.
Oh, I'll tell you, degree of difficulty of singing that line, high. Way to go, buddy. Sounds great.
And I hear them everywhere I go. And I hear them everywhere I go.
Oh yeah. And again, even just between those two, and I don't know if you can hear it, but they're both great. But again, I believe this blue guy a little bit more than the purple guy.
And I hear them.
Let's just in that.
And I hear them.
It's not, you know, it's the same notes technically. It's the same guy singing it, but there's just that intent and the passion and the inflections that are happening in there. Really, is what we're talking about.
And I hear them everywhere I go.
For me, that's the better of the two.
And I hear them everywhere I go.
And I'll say this too. As you comp, and again with a guy like Joe, I really didn't need a bunch of takes, and I'm assuming that's for like someone like Adele. I've never worked with her, but I'm assuming, you know, some of these singers, and I've heard from other people talking, you know, they'll do like 2 or 3 or 4 takes with some of these phenomenal singers, and like, yeah, we're good, like we got this. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Sometimes I'll have, you know, tracks, comps, you know, 17, 18, 20 takes, doesn't matter. With singers that are not quite as, you know, as quality, I guess is the best word, or just some singers just want to really give you a bunch of options and say, look, I know they're all going to be great, but let's find the best of what we got. And I love those people too. I guess my point is this, is that typically, and not always, so don't hold me on the always thing, but typically a singer will start singing and then they will start to get kind of settled in, and they kind of hit like like a sweet spot, or kind of like this kind of these golden takes, and it's somewhere in the middle a lot of times, whether it's the first third, the middle, or the kind of final third as they finally got their head around it. Especially, and I'll point this out too, let's say you have a session singer that's here and they've never even sung this song before, so they're learning the melody and the lyrics all for the first time, just like you're tracking for the first time. So sometimes it takes 5 or 6 takes just for them to kind of get their head around what they're singing, and then they can start bringing in the emotion and all that after the fact. I guess my point of all this is that as the singer sings more and more and more, they typically start to get used to it, and you'll have those few three or 4 or 5 or 6 takes where they're really nailing it. And in this really small example, his first 3 takes were all decent. I mean, and really, like we are like now splitting hairs because they're all fabulous, but compared to like these final 2, I will bet you the majority of this comp will come from those final 2 takes, because by that point he was comfortable, he was used to his environment, used to the way everything sounded, his voice was warmed up, and he was able to kind of lock in on his sound. So if you're thinking, oh man, why only grabbing from these 2 takes? Well, he was just pretty locked in there. So just a quick aside, and write that note down, that a lot of times that you'll find that your singer kind of gets comfortable somewhere after the first few takes. And again, it's not always. Sometimes you'll have a singer that'll just nail it within the first couple takes. It's not the norm, though. I would say most people, it's somewhere between take 3 and take whatever after the fact. So be used to that. Let them cycle through it. Let them get a feel for it, and be looking for that. Okay, so I am going to comp the rest of Joe's vocal there, going into the pre-chorus and the chorus, and let's go check out Madeline and see how she was singing.